was always very serious about food and was an excellent cook and was happy to share that. There was a bumper sticker that was on her car that said something about love people, serve them good food. I'm Chuck Wilson. For the better part of 40 years, I was married to Marion Mitchell-Wilson. And Marion is currently interred at the Riverside National Cemetery as a result of my time in the service. She was born in 1946. She grew up in Roanoke, Virginia, and her father's family, her natural father's family, lived in Christiansburg. Her father passed when she was quite young, I guess maybe 6 or 7, and she grew up basically with her mother's second husband. Herb Brown was a Navy man. Most of the time he was on stateside duty though. So she was also a pretty gutsy lady. She graduated from college in Virginia, but then she moved to New England and went to Northeastern there. But at that time, she got a job as the first paid director of the Louisa May Alcott Orchard House. She didn't mind taking on those challenges that associated with new jobs or new approaches to things. I think she became a California girl when she came out here. She began working for State Parks and Recreation, and then working through them, she began to work with the Office of Historic Preservation. And while she was there, she at one time served as a deputy SHPO, which is State Historic Preservation Officer. And we used to kid one another. I'm an archivist and she was historic preservation. We asked ourselves, why in the world would we get into professions that were so hopeless? You were always banging your head against the wall, convincing people that they needed to do these things. But it served to be an excellent profession for her. She enjoyed that and she worked well in it. She also had the very unique and very rare talent of facilitating things, matching people with needs or people with jobs that were there. Those who worked with her would say she was instrumental in getting recognition for the women in the office. They were very appreciative of that fact. She went from there to being the city's first preservation officer and worked in that for a number of years, and then moved from there to the library. She was a founder of the Riverside Public Library Foundation, got that started while she was there, and also she started that when she was with the library, and she started Inlandia at that time. She'd been a dedicated preservation person and had moved to be a dedicated literary person with Inlandia Institute. Now, the Inlandia Institute is a function that supports and encourages literary activities within the Inland Empire. They've been kind enough, they have a Marion Mitchell-Wilson endowment as part of Inlandia. And they recently established an award called Marion Mitchell-Wilson Heart of Inlandia, which recognizes people who are really doing things that Inlandia would want them to do. Marion, I don't recall how many years ago it was, first went in and did a mammogram and whoops, here's a lump. So she went in and she had surgery for that, and that looked pretty good. And we had a couple more years that you went in, but what you need to realize is that you're never really sure after that. We were vacationing in Solvang with another couple, very good friends of ours from Sacramento. And we got the call from Marion's oncologist. She had gone for a normal checkup in December. This was January. And the oncologist says, I need to see you. And that the cancer was really, it was winning. And there was just no two ways about it. So she passed away then, as I said, in August. We would have celebrated our 39th wedding anniversary the following month. She ended up at Riverside National Cemetery through me. While her stepfather had been career military, I had spent a short time in the military and did a stint in Vietnam. And frankly, it was great working with those people. If you look at Marion's plaque, I was looking for terms that defined her. And as you look at that plaque, you will see it says, appreciator, facilitator, peace. And I think those were defining terms. We knew she was the first of the two. We wish her the latter.